Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tanev here. Welcome to episode number 25 of this NHL 24 Draft to Glory franchise mode here on the edited side of YouTube. We are, of course, live streaming this series as well, so if you want to catch a live stream, make sure you go check out my community tab to never miss what dates and times I am going to be live streaming. But today we are getting into the 2034 NHL Entry Draft. We, of course, lost in round 2 of the playoffs this most previous year to, I believe it was the Montreal Canadiens. No, sorry, that was last year. This year, we lost in round 1 to the Detroit Red Wings in 6 games. It was a bit of a disappointing performance from the Growlers. You can kind of see them in the bottom corner right above my face cam right here. But yeah, not exactly our most preferred performance. It would have been nice for us to go farther. The Halifax Huskies, of course, also got eliminated in the first round, so it was a disappointing playoff year, but overall the team did really well. We finished second place in the league, only behind the Carolina Hurricanes, who of course went on to win the Cup, so we're right there. Like, we are so close to being that team that can go all the way and win the Cup. And you look at some of the growth that we've experienced just over this stretch of the offseason from how good of a season we had altogether. And it's mainly names like Weston Holloway getting up to a 91 overall, Ivan Zykov getting up to an 88 overall, and he's grown some X factors finally, as you can see there. That is, it took him about time. Like, it was more than long enough for him to develop that. Hedberg's up to an 87, so he's probably going to be more of a first-line player here coming up. Caden Sanchez obviously still holds the crease, as apparently he's an elite goalie, which makes no sense to me because he's been questionable at best usually, but like, he's won a decent chunk of games for this team. He's almost at 100 wins now, with, Ludwig Modin staring down the barrel of the starting role as well, trying to take it away from Sanchez at this point, because he's going to be good enough to do it here in just a year or so. And yeah, that is where we're currently at. I think we are going to be running 3 goalies still, probably because, Delmore's good enough to stay in the league. Saunders is good enough to be a starter in the AHL, and he might get even better than that. We'll have to wait and see. We might have a goalie dilemma on our hands, which isn't actually the worst scenario in case to have. And yeah, we'll probably be trying to get a guy like Hunter Sogas into the team this year. So that is going to be some of the moves that happen here in this offseason. But first things first, let's get to the draft. And let's see, we're in year 11. Okay. So, as we talked about 2 episodes ago, the draft class quality was on low for this draft because of how we were playing, and then we just recently switched it over to a low high. That'll be next year's draft class, so that's going to be an interesting time. But the first round, we're picking in the late first round. I believe we're going to be around pick 23 to 26 or so. But yeah, let's get to it. So we did the retirees and the lottery and everything in the last episode. If you need to go back and check that out, there's a link in the description. But let's go just check out what our team is looking like for picks. And, okay, we're going to be picking at pick 29. So that's not ideal, but we can make it work. Yeah, we'll make it work. Okay, so with pick 29, that probably eliminates a few players that we were looking at to probably draft, but I just want to know from you guys, we'll probably put it in the chat here, but do we take a Tommy Heino or do we take a Bo Hale? Because Bo Hale looks really good. Not that we necessarily need another elite goalie in the system, but having another elite goalie in the system doesn't necessarily hurt either. So what do you guys think? This is going to be pick 29 for us. So again, going a little off the board because there isn't really a whole lot around that 28, 29 range. As you can see, it's, again, that low draft class quality. So, maybe Andy Brennan's an option. Maybe Easton Mendoza's an option. I do actually quite like how Tommy Heino looks. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. I'll actually, let's type up a little poll. Okay, so those are your 2 options there, guys. Those are the only players I'm really going to go with. So yeah, we'll let that just sit there for a moment in the chat, and hopefully you guys start voting on it here. But yeah, we've got 5 people in, so I'd love to get all 5 votes on it. We'll see if you guys can actually do that. But wow, that is some watery coffee this morning. I don't think I made that properly. 50-50 right now. Yeah, exactly. So, and yeah, I don't really feel like taking a guy like Peter Curry. Oh, okay. And the first overall pick is in. It's going to be Andrei Svitov. He's only 81 rated. Not a super amazing pick, but again, that's kind of what we're getting from this first round. If we actually go and look at the first round, there's not a lot of elite players. There's literally 3 more after that first guy. And that's about it. Like, there are some solid players, but also looking at this draft class based on the players we have pinned, it's a pretty weak class overall, if I'm being completely honest. I'm hoping Braden McCutcheon's going to be a low elite. We're going to try to draft him with our last pick. Besides that, do you guys want to see me take Alan Montador? Because he's a bit of a risky pick. Yeah, that would have been... I feel like I've almost done that a few times right now. Ooh, you guys actually think Tommy Heino over the elite goalie. Okay, alright. Because, yeah, the thing with Bo Hale is, again, 2-year ETA. He'd probably be in the system within 2 years. Like, he would be a good pick. And then the option is we could sign him, qualify him, go through that whole process. Or maybe we end up qualifying a guy like, what's his face? Maybe we end up qualifying a guy like Caden Sanchez at some point. But what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on this guy? Because I think he could be a great pick, Alan Montador. But at the same time, I don't know. Looking like the winger wins. Yeah, that looks like it, which I'm fine with. I'm glad you guys are going through it. And again, we've seen gems actually develop. But what do you guys think about this guy? Because 6'7", 227, we could grab him with like a... Oh, I don't know. It would be our 4th round pick probably. Yeah, 4th would land him. Like, our 4th rounder would land him, but there's a lot of other players around that 4th round pick that could be good too. There's guys like this guy, Nicholas Blomstrand. He is 19 rather than 18. Is Montador 18? I think he's 19. No, he's 7. Okay, so Montador might actually not be a bad option, even if he does only turn out to be like a top 6 or top 9. There's a player there for sure. So, all right, let's see what the poll's saying. Take the 6'7". Yeah, that is an insane listed size. Okay, so we will take Alan Montador. That's going to be a fun pick. Yeah, okay. All right, let's do it. Why not? That's TNT's son, who's... Who's TNT? TNT, oh, I am just drawing a blank right now. TNT's son. Okay, so Luamala goes second. Tage, right. Oh my god, I am asleep this morning. Okay, so, you know what? I think we're ready to go. It seems like most of you guys wanted Heino. So yeah, let's end the poll there. Let's go for it. Tommy Heino is going to be the player. 3 votes, you know what? That's fine. I'm okay with that. So we will run that up. And okay, for the last few picks, Chernak goes to Dallas. Kozlov goes to Edmonton. And, ooh, hold on. That, if I'm not mistaken, that pick was not the Edmonton Oilers originally. Yeah, they traded. They traded pick 12 and a 4. Wow. What does that tell you about this draft as far as how weak it is? Edmonton actually was probably quite smart to trade up there. That's, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great nickname. Tage Thompson, TNT, yeah. All right, and then, let's see. Tony Karttunen. I kind of figured I knew who the top 4 guys were going to be, but after that, I wasn't sure. Tony Karttunen, center out of, what, Liga? Yep. Liga. Okay. So yeah, I kind of had the top 4 predicted, but after that, I also did lay out my picks already as far as who I thought we were going to draft. But at the same time, I'm glad that I actually, went over the chat with it here and actually got your guys' opinion, because that changed who I thought we were going to take. I thought for sure we'd be taking Bo Hale, but no, that's changed, and that's great. So, all right, Strudwick goes. He looks pretty good. Crane's pretty good. That was about it. You know, quite a few top 6 and top 4 players in here, but overall not the strongest draft class by any means. So, looking at our pick, we are going to go off the board by a little bit, and Tommy Heino is going to be the pick. Medium top 6, SHL right wing, sniper, 5'11", 185, 18, and all right, he's going to be the pick. We're not really going to hesitate here too much, and we will take him, and then some other team will, not luck out, but some other team will make the good pick of Bo Hale. But yeah, we'll take Tommy Heino here and hope he develops. Oh, excuse me. And he's 64 overall. All right, not bad. I like number 62 as well. That's a nice, unique number. And all right, that is Tommy Heino. Should be a solid pick for us. Again, as long as we pick a top 6 guy later on, I have no issues with it. But yeah, some team's going to luck out here and get a Bo Hale in the second round, which is crazy to think about. Also, if Carolina got Bo Hale, I think I might cry, because they're already such a good team. Okay, they got Cummins. So, all right, we'll go over to pick 62 now. And at 62, all right, who got the goalie? It's going to be Calgary Flames. All right. Ooh, that's a good pick for Calgary. 68 overall. That's probably one of the highest overall ratings we're going to see outside of the first round in this draft. So yeah, Bo Hale, heck of a goalie, looks really good, and the Calgary Flames land the first overall pick and Bo Hale as well, which is crazy. So, on to our next pick here. We are going to pass on Ralph Travica. Again, we don't really need goalies at this point. We have more than enough goalies in our system. But for our second round pick, I don't really want to take Juha Lapalainen because he's 20 years old. My next pick would be quite a bit off the board here, and we would be going with this guy, John Chucko. Just because of how the next few picks fall. Like, I want to get Terry Ray as well, but John Chucko's the next guy. So we're going to take a grinder here. I think that's going to be a good one. Sure, Peaceful. Yeah, which prospect are you talking about there for which guy I edited? Anyways, we're going to take Chucko here. So Chucko's our second round pick. He's a 50 rated medium elite grinder. That is a fabulous player. He might develop. We'll have to wait and see. And all right, on to pick 95. But yeah, fire away there, Peaceful. I'm interested in what your question is. All right, Mats Timander. That's a right-handed goalie as well. So that's a pretty unique goalie there. Interesting. Lapalainen was 63 rated, so I am fine with the 50 rated elite over that. And all right. So there's Chucko. Travica went right after to Dallas, so a good pick for Dallas. And after that, we are, of course, going to go with Terry Ray. All right, and Terry Ray, also a medium elite, and he's 57 rated. Okay, not bad for a 20-year-old. That's about as good of a rating as you're going to get, and he's playing down there. Yeah, the reason why I had my U as only a medium 6 is because, well, like, don't get me wrong, I think he could have top 4 potential, but he's a late first round pick. While he's got good size, I don't know, like, I look at it from this perspective of the NHL takes a lot of mental stamina and resilience to actually make it a successful career for you. And based on what Mayu's kind of gotten himself into trouble with already, don't get me wrong, I think he's a hell of a hockey player. But based on the trouble he's already gotten himself into, I don't know if he quite has that mental ability to play at the highest level, to be one of the toughest competitors, to do all those things that it takes to become a great NHL player. I think he's going to be a very, very serviceable NHL player for the Montreal Canadiens, but do I ever see him as more than like that, maybe like the fourth or like 5-6 defenseman on Montreal? Not really. I don't know. That was just my opinion. I can't necessarily back up and support every reasoning for it, but that was my backup support and reasoning for it. So, all right, on to pick 128, and this is where we were going to go off the board here. I initially predicted that we would probably take Nicholas Blomstrand here, but I am okay taking the massive winger here instead in Alan Montador and taking the risk on him. So we will do an Alan Montador and WHL left winger. I have no idea what 6'7", 227 at 17. That's just insane. I'm interested though as to what kind of build and what potentially he's going to have, because even if he's top 9, I'm not going to be upset. I think that's the worst he could be here, but let's hope and pray. And here we go. We're drafting an absolute mammoth of a player here. And oh my god, he's an enforcer. Okay then. That is something new. We haven't drafted an enforcer yet, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure we haven't. So 48 rated enforcer, that is something new for sure for the Growlers. So yeah, I mean, not surprising that he's an enforcer at that size, but a top 6 enforcer. That's crazy. That is absolutely bonkers. So, all right. Kozlov was nice. I think we knew about him. Dowd, wow. 73 rated goalie. That is a steal for the Sabres. Saad was 48 rated. That's kind of what we expected, and we didn't draft him, but that's fine. You know what? We don't really need goalies. We'll take a starter in the 7th round because why not add one additional prospect to your pool? But this guy, holy moly, this guy is a freaking force of nature. He's got a chance to make our lineup. I don't know about this rookie camp, maybe in 2 rookie camps from now, but give him time. He's playing in Everett, so again, another Everett prospect that you know what? Right D-man here. Shoot. We might have to pass on Reinhart here. I want to draft him, but the problem is we still have... Okay, so these would be my last 3 picks for the upcoming... Because we have 161, 194, and 227. So McCutcheon would be my 227. He's a gem, hopefully going to be low elite. Smith Pelly would be my next pick here at 1... What would it be? It would be at 161. So I would take Smith Pelly next here normally. But we could get away with taking him at 194 and just skip over Malmstrom for now. So that is an option too. But Malmstrom looks good as well. He's a 6'5 goalie. Honestly, hold on. How are we doing on defensemen? I just want to actually take a look here. Let's call a quick timeout because I am now stuck on this. Oh god, don't auto draft. That's not what I wanted to do either. Okay. Holy moly, controller. Let me hit the right button. There you go. Okay. Let's just go look at our prospect pool because this is something we should probably touch on here. Okay. Defenseman. We've got our top 4. We've got a few other guys that are, already there. Goudreau's already 24. Gore's 23. Magnuson and Robbins are 21. They look okay. I should probably just go, over the last couple drafts, we got Fortin, we got Ritchie, we got Bendahan, and we got Niemi. So those are kind of our main guys. I guess we got, actually, McBride looks really good now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. Nelson McBride's a good player too. So, I don't think we necessarily need Bendahan. That's okay, Peaceful. That's all right. I love talking prospects and stuff like that. It makes my stream go by faster for sure. So, I think we are going to pass on Charlie Reinhart for now, although he does look like a great defenseman. I think we just probably need the depth in other places a little bit more. because, again, you only get 6 defense versus you get all of these players at other positions where it's like, okay, should probably draft for those. So yeah, we'll do Smith-Pelly, then Malmstrom, and then finish off with McCutcheon. I'm just going to stick with that. I think that's the right order. So Smith-Pelly, 51 rated, low elite. We did probably pass up on a better player there in Reinhardt. And okay, yeah, he was 55 rated, but he's 19. I guess Smith-Pelly's 19 as well. Yeah, okay, you know what? Whatever. That's give and take. So. Okay, so after Smith-Pelly, we're looking at that Malmstrom goalie. He looks quite solid for a 17 turning 18-year-old, or I guess he is just an 18-year-old at this point. Who's the low elite here? Oh no, it was the medium elite in Sod. That's who I saw. Okay. All right, not bad. We're not missing a whole lot of picks. Like, I'm pretty happy with who we're grabbing. And well, we could go with Caden Spencer. He is a 20-year-old, so I'm going to pass on that. And we'll take the 18-year-old goalie and then the 18-year-old winger. And all right, Johan Malmstrom turns out to be, oh my god, he's 57 rated. That's actually crazy for an 18-year-old. Like, that is probably one of the best rated goalies you're going to see as far as age and rating. Jeez, that's a heck of a goalie. Okay, I'm really impressed with that. So we'll go over to 227. Let's see if any other draft steals popped up here. I feel like there's probably a better tendency of them to pop up in rounds like this. So yeah, Kevin Shelley was good. We had him pinned. Daly's not too bad. And is there anybody else? Chat disappeared. Weird. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it does tend to happen if I click off the window by accident. Okay, so Malmstrom was good. That was kind of it. So yeah, not really. Oh my god, Hermanen's huge. 6'4", 222. That's a massive player. But yeah, for the last pick here, we'll go with Braden McCutcheon. Fabulous last name. And a gem too, and we're hoping he's a low elite. And is he? Yes, he is. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So that's one of the few 7th round picks we've actually hit on here. Yeah, wow, I'm very happy with this draft. We did not draft a single bad potential player. Like, we literally got, let's see, what do we get? We get 2 medium elites, 2 low elites, a medium starter, and 2 top 6 forwards. Like, that is a heck of a draft. I am very happy there. And yeah, I know this live stream's titled The Learning Curve, but we've learned how to draft, that's for sure. But there's our draft. Heck of a draft. I'm super happy with it. Wow, that was great. That was just a great overall draft. I have 0 complaints with how well that went. Touching up my spreadsheet here on those few changes we saw and made. I believe Montador was Canadian. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, that's our draft. We are already 12 seasons in. That is absolutely crazy to me. I cannot believe we're that far into this draft to glory already. I guess streaming it makes it go a lot quicker. So, all right. Heck of a way to finish up this last kind of, 2033, 34 season here. I'm very happy with how everything has gone. Our team's projecting on the right direction. We're drafting good players still with our late picks. It's true, Magnuson was also a 7th round steal. Yep, that is a very good point. Let's go. You know what? Why don't we do this? I always find this interesting. So we go largest pick available. Who's the largest picks? It looks like Timonen and Tuzolino are 2 of our best players that are actually in the system. Timonen's medium 6 now, which is awesome. Because, yeah, he deserved medium 6 with the season he just had. He had a great year. But, yeah, it looks like mainly, 4th round picks make our team. The 1st through 3rds are a lot more common. Yeah, DuPont is high franchise now, which is crazy. But then, yeah, you look down in the system here, and guys like Artmeyer, guys like McCutcheon are really late round picks but have that potential to make the team still. They're not guaranteed to make it by any means, but there's an opportunity there for them at least. Magnuson is a 6th round pick. Magnuson was a 6th, so not quite a 7th. He could have been a 7th, but we would have missed him with that pick. So, yeah, we will. Don't worry. We're gonna extend Fancy. That's all good. Yeah, no, that's all good. Peaceful. Like, it's hard to remember that far back. I honestly thought he was a 7th rounder too. So, but yeah, if we look at the system, like Smith Pelly grew fairly nicely. A few other guys, like Magnuson's 74 rated now, which is great. We look at the maximum amount of growth out of the system, and there's a few guys that had a pretty solid year as far as ability and growth goes. And as far as the system goes, there wasn't a whole lot of changes in growth, but we'll take it. Hedberg and Belchetz growing that much is good. I mean, Belchetz didn't actually change ratings, so he must just be really refining his game as a 91 overall player. Seems to be the case, so yeah. I mean, Belchetz is going to be exact elite potential here in no time at all, really. All right, so yeah, that is the off season for us. Galley's a 75 already. Please make the NHL next year. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he has the overall ability to do it. Now, we are in the market for a new coach, right? So that is something fun that we're going to have to pay attention to. Gordon Barrett is one of the few guys that I really don't feel the need to keep around. So I think we sign Radek Piros as our... Well, we'll sign him as the head coach, and then we'll bump him down. I think that's probably going to be the play. No, unfortunately it doesn't. I could do the manual calculation to figure it out, but I just kind of don't really feel like doing that. So let's not lowball Piros, but give him like exactly a $1.2 million contract as head coach and see if he takes it. But yeah, I don't think we're extending Barrett. He just, they both... Halsey, welcome. Finally get to watch a stream. Awesome. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, we're currently in the off season and the re-signing phase right now. We just landed a pretty solid draft. We got a medium top 6 enforcer that's 6'7" and 227 pounds in the 4th round. Yeah, he was a pick 128, so one of the craziest draft picks we've seen so far. He was only 48 overall, but still, that size and potential is actually crazy. So that was probably the highlight of this draft. That is a great contract for an A- head coach. I would agree with that. Peaceful. And yeah, we've got quite a few extensions to do here as well. So overall, our top end of the team is pretty well set at this point. Again, for those of you who missed the very start of the stream, Zykov actually got X Factors finally. It took him long enough, but he got some good ones. And Sven Hedberg's going to need an extension. I honestly think Hedberg's going to just be getting a full 8-year extension. Take him right till he's 29. I think that's probably going to be the play here. And, we do still have some money because we had Zamula as the cap whale here, which worked out quite nicely for us. The team is looking stacked. It's a good spot to be at. All right, we're gonna rip. 950. You think Hedberg's gonna be 11 and a quarter? That would be crazy. I hope he's less than that. I really do, because I don't know if we could afford that amount of money. Like, we could afford that amount of money, but we're ripping a max 2A on Kuiper. He's been great in the AHL. We'll rip a max on Cody Sweat as well. Swanson's been scoring like a madman down in the AHL, so we should extend him. Georges didn't actually play this year, just based on other players prioritizing over him. And you know what? We're just going to sign a whole bunch of max 2-way deals here for these guys because, all right, Georges doesn't want to re-sign, so this might be the end of the Harrison Georges era, which is okay. He didn't really actually do all that much for our team, unfortunately. Logan Gore will get an extension. We might have to let Voinov and Arvidsson or one of those guys go. We'll see. Because, yeah, we have McBride. McBride's a big defensive signing here. He was really good this previous year in Liga there with the Pelicans. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Fortin, we're going to want to re-sign as well. I think we're probably going to walk Josh Odell. He was one of those kind of dud 7th rounders that I didn't really feel the need to re-sign. Juha Tuomainen could grow, probably won't grow, and has like the worst potential available. So yeah, this was the enforcer here. You guys can see him now. Absolutely crazy build of a player. I've just never really seen a guy look like that. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly, Peaceful. We are going to have to let guys walk, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't think we won't lock Zamula, even though he doesn't want to. He could grow even bigger. That's true. But yeah, we will start to kind of prioritize. Let's just go to all expiring. All right, so I think we're probably letting Svitov go here this year. He's got worse potential than standard, and we did just draft Caden standard, so it would make no sense to just release him. And I have faith in these 3 guys up at the top. Yeah, Modin is going to be insanely good. He's one of the best developing goalies I've seen. Also, he had a 7 shutout year 2 years ago. Standard could be our next Delmore, essentially. That's what I'm looking at. But yeah, he's been good. Hasn't been like out of this world with his stats by any means, but he had 7 shutouts the year we drafted him, so of course we were going to take him. And then of course we have to extend Ryan Fanti. So I think we have a maximum amount of 6 goalie spots. So yeah, if we release Svitov, then Standard and Fanti still get signed. Yeah, fair enough, Peaceful. But yeah, we want to keep Saunders around as another option. Whoa, hold on. Okay. We'll go 2 years at $950. I'm hoping so. We'll be looking at that extension coming up here. And although he hasn't played an NHL game yet, he's proved that he's probably going to be our guy coming up here, because you look at his stats, the 9 shutouts and 76 wins over his 2 seasons. No, we're not going to lose Fanti. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. We're going to release Svitov instead. But you look at his stats compared to what Sanchez's stats were. Sanchez was good too. I guess, yeah, Sanchez got that extra season in there of like kind of playing backup more so. Yeah, exactly. So it's worth it to sign that long-term deal. Okay, so Artem Svitov, let's see, does he have any? Ooh, he's got a lot of guys that are actually pretty solid chemistry with him, so that's going to stink. But we'll do it anyway, so goodbye, Artem Svitov. I apologize to any of those players that are butthurt about him not getting extended. And we're going to extend Fanti for... No, you know what? We're going to do 1 year just because I am scared that if we do 2, he's going to call it quits and retire, and that's not what we want to see. And then as far as the defense goes, we are going to release Harrison George. Actually, maybe we keep Georges as the cap whale this year. I wouldn't be fully against that. Because, yeah, Zamula's pretty much done. He's 34 years old now, so that's a player that I don't really feel the need to hold on to too much longer. So, yeah, we'll release Zamula. That'll clear up 1 spot. He doesn't really want to be here anymore anyways, so we will then sign McBride to a contract. Yeah, Zamula's gone. He's gone. We had to do it. I'm thinking Harrison Calder's probably gone too, even though he had that crazy playoffs where he had 5 goals, which is insane for a defenseman. But yeah, Calder just never really got good enough, unfortunately. Like, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And yeah, like, yeah, unfortunately he is. And if we qualify him, he will sign because nobody else is going to give him a contract. So, yeah, we're probably going to have to let him go as well, which is, it's tough for me because I draft all of these guys and they look good. They look like they have potential. But, we want to sign Fortin and Bendahan still. And Calder just goes against that. Should have won the Calder. I wish he had. It didn't happen, so... It's been a heck of a run, Harrison. Thank you for the time you've served. He's actually a player that I have appreciated overall. Zamula was good. He had his years with Levshunov that just looked out of this world. But yeah, we'll re-sign 410. We're going to let Odell walk. We're going to... Let's see. Who else are we going for here? I think Engel's been just good enough. to keep him. He's still part of that crew that won the Calder Cup here not that long ago. I think, actually, I'm pretty sure Harrison Calder did win a Calder Cup. So that's kind of cool. And then our left wing is just stacked because we cannot draft right wingers for some reason. But yeah, I think Voinov's probably the guy on the way out here. Again, 75 rated to 25. Although he could be a depth forward, we have all these other guys that could be depth forwards over him. So yeah, we'll release Voinov. It's been a heck of a run for him. Caught like 20 left wings. It's crazy. I know, right? But then we'll still sign one. We'll still go for Juha Tuomainen. And then for the centers, we actually have a decent chunk of centers here now too. Hunter Sogas is getting an opportunity this year. There's no way I'm not putting him in the NHL. He's just better than Pentikainen at this point, so why wouldn't we put him in, right? Like, that's exactly it. So, but apart from that, we got a really good center prospect pool here now. It's looking a lot better than it was even just a few seasons ago. And who are we letting go here? Okay, so Pentikainen will stay in the league, be an additional depth piece. So he'll be one of the 2 forwards that we keep around. I need to look at all our forwards now because we've got top 3, top 6, top 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 takes us to Sogas, and then we've got Kuiper and Pentikainen will probably be the 2 guys this year. Kuiper had such a crazy year in the AHL that I think we have to give him the duty of being a sub for the NHL, if not a starter, because he's just as good as Järvinen at this point. And while Järvinen's been solid, he hasn't really scored a whole lot. I did not mean to back out. So, all right, with all those contracts pretty much done here at this point, I'm sure there's a couple guys I missed. Got him for 9.25. Yeah, we got Misa on a freaking steal. 7.075. You might have missed that Peaceful because it was right at the end of one of the streams. And some of you guys were like, oh, don't extend him. And I'm sitting here like, he wants under 8 million. We're extending him right now. Like, we're doing that right now. I'm not hesitating on it. So, yeah, no, we got some crazy good deals. Belchetz is a steal of a deal, too. Yeah, Järvinen's a grinder, exactly. That's why he hasn't put up crazy stats. But then again, like Houston's a grinder. He also put up better stats. He is a little bit younger and a little bit better, but not really all that much better. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, he had a 33-point year in his rookie year in Newfoundland, which was actually crazy. And then he's just progressively gotten worse from there. But, yeah. I hear the reason we drafted Misa. A little bit, yeah, but that's okay. We are going to re-sign Milan Sekaris because we need the center depth. That was the one player where I was like, who are we forgetting here? And then, do you think we really need to sign Bendahan? I mean, he could grow. He could also not grow. There's an opportunity for that. Okay, well, you know what? Let's advance and just see how many spots we have. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of opportunities in spots, but we do get Piros on the contract. Fukali is another re-sign. We get a ton of scouts. All right. I think we're getting pretty much everybody here. I don't see why we wouldn't. And the only reason we wouldn't, I think we got the one player there. I might be wrong. Let's see. All expiring. Oh, it was Millman. Yeah, Millman didn't like the dollar amount. Go figure. Go figure Noel's going to be like that. To be fair, he didn't really get to play a whole lot this last year. He was great in Halifax for a few seasons there, but Fanti is back making the graphic right now. That's awesome, Fiesel. That's awesome. Let's go a max deal for him. Or not a max deal. Let's go 1.1 for the next 2 years for Millman. And he will very likely be in the AHL because we'll have to put... Well, we'll have to put Georges, but Georges is going to be a cap whale here. So we're going to put him as like a 20... let's go $19 million player. He served his time. He's been a good player. That's what we'll offer him. But yeah, apart from that, we'll rip Arvidsson for a pretty cheap deal. And then that's going to be it. We're not even going to have room for Bendahan. So... Georges deserves it, exactly. Yeah, I'm down with that. I have no issue about giving him this. I'm just making sure that we have enough money to sign everybody else still, and I think we should. You know what? Let's do 18 just to be safe. Again, it's still a really good chunk of change for Georges. He stuck it out through all the dark years here, and it's been mainly Halifax. I don't think he's ever actually played a game in the NHL by the looks of it, so maybe that's something we'll have to give to him this upcoming year, because he is 27 now, or 28 now, so yeah, that's something to consider. And alright, looking good. I think we got everybody there. So yeah, that is it for the re-sign phase. The re-sign phase is like a chess match every year now at this point, because we have so many pieces that we're moving around and trying to make work and fit, and it's hard sometimes, if I'm being honest. It's really hard to figure out who stays, who goes, what kind of contracts and deals we're offering, and yeah, it's always fun though. It makes it a lot more challenging. So okay, we are ready to rip to free agency. We're going to get some big name deals done here, as far as Sven Hedberg, Ludwig Gondin. We're preemptively signing these guys because they are going to be star players for this team in the very near future. So let's advance a little further. You can. I'm allowed to, at least for this draft to glory. I think that's fair. Like, even if we do release them, as long as they're a Newfoundland Growler, we can re-sign them. All right, so it is time for new coaches. And the question is, well, obviously we don't have $7.9 million, but the question more so is, which coaches fit our system nicely? And a 67% scheme fit is pretty good. A- teaching there on that coach. And double pinch and shoot isn't going to work. This guy would probably work better. Clint Carlton. I'm just wondering, did McCauley have a better... No, McCauley did not. So Carlton's probably the way to go. He is 56 already, but I'd rather just roll with the A- coaches. It seemed to work for us last year. Well, an A+ coach like this would be absolutely crazy. We do not have that type of money. So what I'm really hoping is that these A- coaches grow into A+ coaches over the span of a 4-year contract. All right, so let's rip Clint Carlton. Got no issues there with him. And really at this point, if we get, what's his rating? A-. So if we get an A- teaching there, and then you look at the scouts and prospects we have already, and we get more solid growth from our other players, this is gonna be a heck of a team in no time at all. So all right, any other growth that we've seen that I'm missing for some reason? Doesn't look like it, so we will just continue on here. The other thing I am going to look at here quickly is cleaning up my scouting staff. Reason being is because we have some pretty weak scouts, in my opinion. Like, I would love to get rid of these C- scouts and hire on better ones. Oh yeah, DuPont was at 95 not that long ago. It's just he dropped a little with our first round playoff exit, which you can't really blame him for. These are A- and A-rated scouts, so probably worth looking into a little more here. So you know what, we'll rip a contract here for Christoph Greff. Put him in the OHL for sure. But yeah, there's quite a few scouts in here where I'm like, okay, we need to clean this up a little bit. Let's fire one scout. Does it not cost us anything to fire scouts? Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. I love that. Okay. So we'll fire off these two C- WHL scouts, because I'm sure we'll find better than that. We'll fire off the C- Russian scout. And honestly, like, we could probably clear out a whole ton of these scouts for better rated scouts, if I'm being honest. I don't know why I've taken this long to actually go through my scouting staff, but it's probably something that was needed. So, all right, let's look for those WHL scouts. Where are they at? Anybody? Yeah, exactly. It is kind of stupid, to be honest. Exactly. Well, and why wouldn't they want to work with our group? Like, we've got a heck of a team coming up here in Halifax. So, yeah, I don't know. It would be nice if that was the way it worked, but unfortunately it's not. So, yeah. Okay, so we got those two. We need a Russian scout here. Anybody with an A+, it'll be Dmitry Moroza. Actually, hold on. Let's see if there's anybody else that has even like an A rating. Yeah, Bartovich is going to be the signing there because he's a B, or she's a B, sorry, Christina. And can I check Bedard's rating? Yeah, absolutely. Just give me a moment here on the scouts, and then we'll go look at him. And okay, so we should hopefully get all those scouts. I think, did I offer 4 contracts? Yes, I did. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do for now. We'll just, every year, we'll fire off our weakest link scouts and hire on better overall ones that fit the region better. But I don't want to, like, just tear down the entire scouting staff. They've been good still. I've had no problems with our scouts. Okay. I'm going to have to go heat up my coffee. It got cold here. But, all right, let's go look at free agency. Not that we can sign anybody anyways, and knowing my luck, this will be the one year where there's some crazy rated low elite in here. And okay, that's not the case. Beautiful. All right, that's fine. That works for me. So, quite a few good players here though this year, like better than I've seen in previous seasons. So, yeah, that's a heck of a class this year. How about elite goalies? Anybody? Nope, nobody. That is fine by me. Actually, that is our old Bobelev there. Caden Bobelev, yeah. I can sign undrafted players. Not I can unsign drafted players. Johnston up to a 90 overall by playing with Jack Hughes. That's crazy, yeah. Kent Johnston, like, he looks like he's going to be a good, probably a second-line center by the looks of it, but I don't know about top-line center. I mean, that's why they have Adam Fantilli now, right? So, yeah. Okay. Oh, we got a new message from Peaceful here. Let's see. He's back. This is the image. All right, what are we looking at? Oh, that is awesome. That is such a good graphic. I love it. Oh man, that's so good. There we go, guys. There's your featured picture for the save. Absolutely awesome. Love it, Peaceful. That is great. That is so good. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that, Peaceful. That was awesome. Okay, so without really any further ado, we're just gonna sim ahead. Hopefully, get all those coaches. No, Carlton, are you kidding me? Oh, that's so annoying. It might not be. Nope, definitely not. Okay, well, we'll bump that up a little bit. I'm not really as concerned about arena ops now because we just don't need them. So, okay, not that we don't need them, but we're... my goodness, the controller just glitches sometimes, like double taps down. Okay, so we can't upgrade anything that isn't already upgraded. That's funny. Okay. All right, anyways, the owner has some willingness to move and is unhappy. Of course you're unhappy. We lost in the first round. That was a horrible exit. Oh, there you go, Clint. We offer you a little chunk of change and you actually take it. I mean, I'm giving him a hard time, obviously, but yeah, okay. Our coaching staff is set now. I'm very happy with the ratings we have here. The only other thing I think we're going to do, we got a 1.3 million still, about, by the looks of it. Our NHL set, I'm not going to change anything there. I think we're good with that. But I am going to go, because we have a generalist, we have a forward coach, and then we have... I would like a defensive and a goalie coach for the AHL, preferably. So, all right, we'll go veterans, then we'll go goalies. C- goalie coach, yes please. How's your teaching? A B, that is fabulous. That is about as good as we're going to get. Okay, so we'll go sign Bedrich Hammerlick. Give that a couple days, and then we'll go sign a defensive coach and maybe a forward coach too. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're just kind of messing around with the coaches here until we get the formula exactly the way I want it. So, okay, all right, Hammerlick, be like that. That's fine. I'll just offer you more money. I have no problem doing that. He's for sure the highest rated goalie coach we can get. So yeah, if we can really get the goalie coaches rolling, then I'm happy with that. It's just a little bit tedious going through and advancing day by day like this and getting them set. So, all right. Oh, I gladly accept. Really, because you just told me you didn't want to accept this challenge, which makes you sound like a little bit of a wuss to me. No, out of all honesty though, okay, let's keep this guy as the assistant. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. AHL assistant coach. And then we'll go sign an AHL associate that's going to be better. And then I have no issue only running 3 NHL coaches right now. But yeah, an AHL associate that's preferably a defensive coach, has a good PK and learning. Maybe it's Veronica. Maybe it's somebody else here. A-, B- is really solid. That's probably... Oh, yes. Sorry, tier list. My bad. I got carried away. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I think B teaching is probably going to be the best available in here. Because, yeah, I'm really only looking at the teaching rating. That's kind of the main thing I'm going for here. So, we'll do that. We'll get... Or, sorry, was it Czechmanic? I think it was Czechmanic, yeah. We'll run with Czechmanic, so... Offer him that contract. We might demote him and then sign a slightly better forward coach as well, because by having the forward coaches, that's going to improve our forwards development. Why am I even doing this? I can just go to a few contracts and look at Bedard. It's just in Chicago, so. Alright, so there's your Connor Bedard rating. My God, he's good. I sure hope so. I really hope they're working on it, because I think that would be, a good way for NHL coaches to make a little bit extra money. Not much of a distraction. You're going for your 1 headshot a year, kind of like the players do. And that's it. Bedard got paid. Holy crap, did he get paid. Alright, so that's Bedsy up to this point. He's got 930 points in 811 games. My man is a beast here. He's only had a couple 100-point season, though. He has just steadily been a 90-plus point guy. Yeah, that's a big no-no. They're also paying Korchinski as much as Bedard, which is crazy. So yeah, Chicago is probably never going to win a cup. Oh, I didn't even realize he's that close to 500 already. Yeesh. Yeah, he's a goal scorer, that's for sure. So, yep, that's Connor Bedard right now. He looks pretty good. I would say he's having a slightly better career than his cousin over there, distant cousin, Gavin McKenna, is in LA, because the Kings have just struggled mightily. I don't know, maybe he's not. No, yeah, McKenna's quite a bit further back than him. Man, I wish we had landed Gavin McKenna, because I feel like he would have turned out to be not a completely different player, but definitely a different player. The fact they're paying Lamb as much as him is crazy. Oh my God, why did you pay Gabriel Velarde that contract? What are you doing? Honestly, LA. Okay. Well, there's a reason why we have an advantage over every other team, is because we have a brain and the rule of 85. Yeah, McKenna's not living up to expectations, though. That's for sure. In LA, at least. So, do we get that coach? Yes, we do. Okay. And let's go back to the coaching staff, see how much budget we got left. Looks like $300K, so that's probably not going to be enough to sign anybody else. So let's just stick with it for now. I like our coaching staff. I think it's well balanced. Yeah, and 72%. We're ready to sim up to the next season, so let's get there. Hopefully this low-high draft class is going to be something interesting, because I really don't know exactly how to think about it and what exactly it's going to change from last year, because last year was really not amazing. So I mean, we still managed to pull off. You did, Peaceful. Unfortunately, you did. Oh my goodness, we don't want to trade players. What are you going on about? Oh, that's why. It's because I forgot that the glitch happens in here. Oh my god, stop. Jeez. But, Fanti deserves more. I mean, he's done more for our team than Velarde's done for the Kings, in my opinion. But yeah, Velarde always gets overpaid. Whoa, 70% of the tickets sold this year. Look at us go. Wow. It's like we're actually a good team now or something. Like we finished second place in the league 2 years in a row. We want to win the Stanley Cup, first in our conference, 49 wins. Gotcha, coach. Gotcha. All right, we can do that. All right, let's see how the team ratings are looking. Oh, God. I totally forgot to do some of those contract extensions, and Hedberg's 89 rated. Ugh, okay. Modine's 84. This is going to be fun. Yeah, we might have... All good, Real Divinity. That happens to the best of us. But I totally just made, maybe not a fatal mistake, but definitely a mistake as far as I forgot to do some contract extensions before the start of the season, so we didn't even get to see what players were asking for. Okay, Peaceful said 11 and a quarter. Oh, okay, it's actually not that far off. That's a pretty solid prediction. But we're going to be signing Hedberg and Modine here. I have no question about it. So we're going to go Hedberg 8 years. He wants, okay, first things first, rule of 85. 8.5 or 0.85 times 11.775 million. That's a $10 million contract. I'm okay with that. I think he is a $10 million player. Well, it's just over 10. It's like a 10.025. But that doesn't even take up half of our remaining cap coming up, so we're doing that. 10.025, that's a fabulous contract for Hedberg. You guys have seen some of the other prices that have been getting thrown around here. Ooh, Rogers wants a good chunk of change, and we're probably not going to pay him that much. But then we got Sanchez and Modine. Yeah, okay, he's going to be about an 8x8. That's actually going to be not bad. 10.125. It's an 8.6. Okay, that's very doable. So yeah, Ludwig Modine, 0.85 times 10.125 is going to be an $8.625 million contract. Are we going to be sitting here for a minute? We absolutely are. What do you guys think about those contract prices? You think, wait, which one's risky? I don't think either of these are risky. I think these guys are absolutely C for 5 or 6. Yeah, I mean, we could run him. If we run the 2 years, he's guaranteed going to want like 12 plus million. I'm not. I am absolutely not. You know why? It's because he's a high elite goalie and he's the best potential goalie in the entire league. That's my argument why we'd actually pay him out on this. Goalies can be bad though. But we could pay out this contract of 8 or 9 million as well, and this one would be the one that would backfire in my opinion. So far, over the last 2 years, which again it hasn't really changed. Exactly. As much as I like to listen to you guys, I'm on Halsey's side with this one because Modine's a high elite. Like 8x8 after 1 year, wasn't it? You were correct, yes. This guy hasn't played at all. But he's a high elite. Okay. Let me put this into perspective for you guys. As far as we go here, we go player search, we go goalies, and we go search. And then we go by position. And without question, Ludwig Modine is the highest potential goalie in the league. That's exactly it, is that he would want an 11x8 within 1 year. We don't want to pay that out on the goaltending because that is going to be extremely expensive. like, Modin's already the most valued goalie in the entire league. I just have no reasoning not to pay him out on the long-term deal and guarantee that he's a Growler until he's 30. Like, we have to do it. And as much as it's going to hurt to lose Sanchez to walking in free agency, because that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, no, and that's the thing, too, is I've had other saves where I've had high elite goalies. But he is going to turn out. That's the thing, Peaceful, is you remember our D-core in front of him, right? Utah's down to 6 name options. That's, yeah, okay. Just keep in mind this D-core still, right? Like, this is probably the best defensive core in the entire league. And remember, in a few years, we're going to have to pay out Levshunov and Zykov anyways, so those are 2 fairly large names coming up. Tuzolino's going to want more money than... Captain Canada's not going to be gone. We're going to keep him, but... Yeah, there are going to be a few payouts coming up that are like, oh, okay, that's a good chunk of change. Hunter Sogas is 80 rated. I didn't actually notice that. But, yeah, no, he's looking really good. So, the sim could screw him over. That's true. It's true. I just don't think so. I think our team's too good in front of him. This one's tough because the contract we'd be paying him out of an 8.625. I think I'm going to bite the bullet here. Even if he's an $8.6 million contract, we're going to run him as the starter, essentially, over the next season because the only other way to go about it is we commit to Sanchez instead. We pay him for the next 6 years. He plays till he's 34. He's the best goalie that our team's seen, and we don't really give Modin as much of an option. And that's the thing, is we have Saunders coming up, and Saunders is going to want money too. Ralph Delmore's going to want money. Actually, Ralph Delmore's on the $1 million contract for the next 2 seasons, which is fine. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We've really backed ourselves into a corner here with the goaltending situation. Sanchez is going to be even worse. Yeah, exactly. Well, Sanchez will be worse than Modin. I have no doubt about that. They're both 6-foot-tall goalies, so they're not huge. But... rather pay Modin than Sanchez. Okay. That's exactly it, is that we have those 2 options, and it's either Modin or Sanchez. The only thing that sucks is we're not going to get anything for Sanchez because he's going to be a UFA. And while he's been a very serviceable goaltender for us, it just doesn't make sense to pay him out $7 million or anything like that. Versus Modin, if we didn't pay him, ran him to restricted free agency, we'd probably get an absolute haul for him because he'd want a ton of money. Yeah, this is tough. This is a tough decision here because it's either walk an elite goalie or don't sign the better potential goalie and risk just losing. Yeah, it's either lose one for nothing, get the better potential, or thanks guys, it's really making my decision easier. Oh, this is so tough. I kind of wish I had gone back and actually he's not him as we thought. Yeah, flip a coin. I'm not flipping a coin on this. I think the decision's clear, but yeah, okay. We're gonna do this. It's a big commitment, but I also have the feeling that by having a high elite goalie, exactly, Halsey, by having the high elite goalie signed long term, it allows for him to grow because he's not going to be moving around teams. He's not going to be in a bunch of messy contract talks and things like that. It's just set in stone. You're our number one guy. We're not wavering from you. Now play well. Like, that's it. That's all we're doing here. And yes, it's only 8.625 for the next 8 years. In my personal opinion and feeling, wait, what are you? I know we called him Manches at times, but the thing is, yeah, Modin. That's the thing, is Modin could become a franchise goalie too. And I have that feeling that is going to happen because he's so young and he's so good. You never talked. Okay, so you guys said that I need to make the decision. My decision is, and here's the reasoning and backup behind it, is that Modin has the higher potential. He's younger. He's performed just as well in the AHL. And, okay. And the final reasoning is that I have signed high elite goalies. I think it was in NHL 23, and within a year they went from 84 to 92 rated kind of thing, and they had started as a backup. That's what we're doing here. I honestly almost want to rip but I honestly almost want to rip Modin and Saunders in the NHL and just say, screw it, throw you to the Wolves. You guys both haven't played an NHL game yet. Go. And see, but we'll wait and see. Because, like, if the underlying numbers are really bad on... if the underlying numbers are really bad on Sanchez, not Saunders, on Sanchez, then we can pull Saunders up. But we're doing it. We're committed. There's the money. There's the contract. It's set in stone. And as far as Cole Rogers goes, Captain Canada, we are going to pay him out a... Yeah, we'll watch the preseason for sure. But yeah, we'll see. As far as the 8.5 rule, sorry, I got distracted with the text, but the 0.85 on 2.75... It's a $2.35 million contract. I'm fine with that for 2 years on Cole Rogers. We're not really going to commit to longer term than that because we don't need to. And yeah, 2.35 isn't an overcommitment of price by any means. So he is our 5th best defenseman. So that is my reasoning behind it. Also, Isaiah Kuiper looks really darn good now. I'm quite happy with how he's turned out. And this team is looking so good. I know you guys are kind of looking at it like, yes and no, there are some good players. I know, it was so sad to see, Halsey. That's just how it goes sometimes. Magnuson's 75 rated now. That's pretty solid. Anybody else that kind of popped off potential-wise? Not really. Okay. Actually, I am interested. Oh no, I guess these would be all of our best players. Otherwise, we'd see unsigned players in the system. So, but yeah, Hedberg at 10. That's great. I'm happy with that. He's actually going to be just our second over $10 million player, which is crazy. We have done extremely efficient, or we have been extremely efficient and economical with our contracts overall, so I'm happy with it. All right, so now that the contracts are done and we've just full sent committed to it, yeah, let's actually fix this lineup and turn it into the beast of a team it's going to be. First things first, Kari Teravainen's playing there. We're absolutely playing Raimo Tiemann in there. And then Hunter Sogas will get the bottom line. Actually, ooh, that looks really nice. I gotta say, that does look really nice. And Kuiper fits on both lines. I like it. That's good. All right. Overall, though, Belchetz is still going to be... let's go... How are we going to do this? Yeah, no, let's do that. Okay, so Tuzolino gets the punt down to the third line. I think that's probably fair. I mean, he is a fourth line fit perfectly, but I cannot justify playing him or Kuiper over him. So we will fix that nice and quickly. And yeah, the reason I'm putting... what's his face here? The reason I'm putting Sogas as third line is because then hopefully he'll grow a little more. Timonen we got locked up for the next 5 years, so I have no problem running him on a slightly lower efficiency. Ooh, we have to play Tuzolino there, though, I think. That's how it's going to have to go. So let's go like that, and then like that, and that is probably the best lineup we've ever rostered, I have to say. That is so good. Simple as that. That is so good. Kyler Hewson we could put in. Yeah, we'll probably put him in over Järvinen. Järvinen gets the bench for now because we got 2 grinders and one's just higher rated than the other. He changed, yeah. You said 45. Yeah, no, when you said 45, Halsey, I was like, no. We finished second place the last 2 years in a row. Winning habits are bound to happen with a team like this. Yeah, we have an 89 rated player on our third line. Like, that's crazy. Also, our line of playmakers here, I am going to predict that Hedberg scores over 40 goals this year because he's been in 29 the last 2. He's gotten marginally better. You also have an 89 overall force to play on the third line. Yeah, and it's chemistry purposes, really. Like, don't get me wrong, the 2 power forwards and sniper here is going to be a great combo. I like how that lineup looks, but we also have like a triple playmaker line here that's probably going to work just fine too, because one guy likes to shoot the puck more than the others. Like, he just has a higher shot tendency. He takes 200 and something shots a year, versus Misa takes like 100. Well, I guess, yeah, Misa's in the 200 range, and then Vasilyev just only passes the puck. That's all he does. Also, he went back-to-back 73 seasons, so maybe he's becoming Mr. 73 now. Who knows? But yeah, out of all movements and settings with the team here, we're keeping it pretty much the exact same. There's no real reason to make any big changes. The top group looks good. And while the chemistry could be a little better, we've got +2 chemistry now. Ooh, actually, Zykov rips a +5 there. Ooh, do we dare? Do we dare put Zykov with... You know what? I think we do. I think we dare. As good as Holloway is, he's a top 2 defenseman. No doubt in my mind about that. But as good as he is, I think we let Zykov rip year 1 on his $6 million contract here on the first pairing and see how it goes. And then as far as the goalies, like, we are going to start Sanchez, but he's on a very short leash because we have Saunders as the backup, we have Modine as a starter, we have options here. So all right, there is your lineup. For the most part, we will go through. Actually, first we will go and do a power play. Or not a power play, a roster move, or maybe 2, we'll see. But it was funny because I was talking about how Kuiper was going to have to be the extra forward type of guy, and now we're looking at it, it's like, well, he's not the extra forward, he's actually our third line player, but Gallagher's up to a 76, so he's getting there, he's on his way. And then, yeah, Samu Pentakainen we are going to send back up to the NHL because why not? He's probably better served there than anywhere else. And then we have Järvinen, Pentakainen, and Millman as our 3 subs. We're currently 20-ish million under the cap. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to move Noel Millman down, and then we'll send Pentakainen and Georges up. And that should definitely, yeah, that gets us a lot closer to the salary cap. So we'll do that. I'm fine with that. And then, yeah, our AHL team is going to be absolutely freaking loaded. So, yeah, let's go take a look at the AHL lines because that's the next step here. You forgot how good this team was. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's all I can say. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're going to run Strudwick on that top line this year because why not? Actually, does anybody get better chemistry on the top line? Like, literally nobody fits our top line. It's kind of funny. I guess Milan Sakaras fits the top line. Ooh, yeah, okay. We can rip that. I'm good with that. Run Galley third line just to get the chemistry going. Fucali goes there. Valaquette goes there. Bernier goes there. Yes, sir. I like how this lineup's coming together. I know it looks a little funky right now, but how is Muir's not playing? He's 78 rated. Dear Lord. Looks good, looks good. Who else could we throw in here? We're definitely going to schmozzle around with the defense a little more here. But let's go Bernier over McClellan. Actually, maybe not. Or yeah, Bernier over McClellan, and then Denny over McClellan. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. Come on. What is going on here? Even Castles gets the chemistry. How does that work? Like, that makes no sense to me. Okay, well, we're going to run the Valaquette, Strudwick, and Muir's line again, and hopefully they'll put up some insane points this year. That's kind of the goal. Ooh, actually. No, let's run Muir's on the top line. I get the feeling that could work. Well, Muir's has marginally better face-offs with 61. I'm not super worried about it. You know what? Nah, screw it. Let's run Gallagher on the top line. We'll go Gallagher, Swanson, and Muir's. And that'll be our big scoring line up top. And then we'll run Sakaras, Valaquette, and Strudwick on the second line. We'll go... yeah, okay. I am good with that. That looks solid. Okay, I was not quite done there. What is going on, though, with... oh, it's the defense. That makes more sense. Okay, so... I think we have to rip McBride top pairing. Just send him this year, because why not? We'll run Robbins and... oh, we'll go McBride, Goudreau. That's a good pairing. Then we'll go Magnuson, Robbins. And then we'll go Gore and probably Zamnov, unless... well, we could put Millman in there. Yeah, okay, I'm fine running Noel Millman in the top six still. Well, we probably should be playing like 410 and Zamnov. I'm fine not doing that because they're kind of low rated, so... and then, yeah, we'll run Saunders and Delmore, I think, is the way to go. Unless in the NHL for whatever reason. Yeah, no, we don't really need a goalie in the NHL. We can run the extra goalies in the A for now and then move them when we need to. So, yeah, that is the lineup. Does Sogas have his proper 81 on? Yes, he does. Beautiful. Kuiper's got 87. I love it. I love it when the... ratings and overalls and everything actually are set properly. It's so nice. Do any of these guys fit the first line? Belchetz probably has the best first line fit, and it's still not better than all three of those top guys. So, well, yeah, and that's the thing, Halsey, is yeah, we can build out a crazy team. It's also comes down a lot to scouting and how well we scout over the years. Like, we have progressively not gotten better, but we've had good classes year after year after year. But you look at this team too, and we have a ton of top picks on it. Like, there are so many. Apart from Teravainen, Tuzolino, and Healy, most of these guys are first round picks. Some of them are second and thirds. There's the occasional fourth. But yeah, most of these guys are first round picks. Like, you look at our top four defense, it's all top 5 picks, which is crazy. So... yeah, just think about that as well. It's literally taken us a decade to build a team this stacked, and we've done it fairly and naturally. But the other thing you need to remember, or not need to remember, but the other thing we are doing now to kind of combat the overall stackedness of the draft is we are running this spin the wheel kind of play where we then randomize the draft class settings. So it means that we can't rip the exact same draft class 2 years in a row with these two settings here, and then we play a spin the wheel game to figure out which ratings we're going to have for the next season. So, all right. Let me just go mess around quickly with the lines, and then we will do the split for the edited version, and then we'll get into the regular season sim and everything. So, this year for the overall ratings and everything, we are definitely ripping Ivan Zykov on the top power play, along with... I'm good with these three. Actually, no, I'm not quite good with these three, because we're going to run Hedberg here instead. Okay, I like that. That's a great power play. Second unit power play also looks great. The only difference is we're going to put Vasilyev here. And then Holloway and Zykov almost works. The only difference is we're going to swap Zykov out for Artyom Levshunov. And boop. There you go. 2+5 power plays. Looks gorgeous. And then we're running Belchetz and Misa as the top 4-on-4 unit. We will run Zykov in here again. Like, there's not too many teams that can say, oh yeah, we need to play a defenseman here alongside our... Or, like, we need to play 2 defensemen on our 4-on-4. And we're looking at it like, we can play 2 defensemen on our 4-on-4 because they're that good. It probably doesn't entirely make sense because we have other guys that are really good too. But I like this team. I like how things actually... Hold on. We got a +4 there. I'm pretty sure we can get a +5. So let me see what I can finagle here. That work? Nope, it's close. That was really close. How about Tuzolino? Does that work? More than likely not. Definitely not. Okay, so what if we run Hedberg and Healy? Would that work better? No, not really. Okay, so screw it. We'll just stick with Hedberg and Teravainen because Teravainen's the center, and we should pay our respects to him because he's been absolutely monstrous for us overall. And then there is the kill number 1, kill number 2, and kill number 3 should probably be better than that. Hold on. Okay. Center number 1 was Hewson. Okay, so we're definitely running Sogas here instead of Teravainen. Or not Teravainen, instead of Vasilyev. Well, look at that. All of a sudden it makes sense. Again, we're going to run Sogas here as the number 1 guy. And it just immediately cleans it up. Kind of funny how that works, hey? We'll run Timonen there. Oy, oy, oy. Raimo Timonen does not want to kill penalties, that's for sure. Okay, alright. I do wonder if instead of Timonen we put Healy. Would that work better? No, not at all. Oh. Don't mind me, guys. I just have spinal issues. But yeah, out of all seriousness here for 4-on-4. Again, we're going to rip Zykov here, because why not? Give the man some playtime and see what he can do with it, because he's young. He looks like a heck of a defenseman, plus he's got Born Leader, which is going to just make him even more dangerous as a player, which is awesome, because that's exactly what we want. Yeah, just casually trying to snap my neck on stream. Don't worry about me. No, it's all good. I just crack my neck sometimes. So, okay, and then we'll rock Kirka and Rogers. Actually, let's rock them on offhanded wings because why not? And then Healy's gonna be in the box a lot. Yes, you were correct. I will not deny that. But we are actually gonna rip. Let's rip Vasilyev here. Vasilyev and Sogas is our third group. That's actually an interesting one. I like it. I like it. How's Sogas' face-offs, though? I haven't actually checked out that rating yet. 77, okay. So it's not actually quite as good as Vasilyev, but we'll take it. Of course, we're rocking Belchetz and Misa. You're in year 3 now? Yeah, okay. All right, that's a good start, at least, as far as... Who have you drafted so far, Real Divinity? I'm interested because, you know, that first couple of draft years definitely kind of build the foundation for your team. It doesn't necessarily make or break your team because you have so many years ahead of you. But yeah, I'm interested. Who have you gotten so far in your Draft to Glory save? I assume you're playing a Draft to Glory save, yes? As far as extra attackers, DuPont, Vasilyev, that works for me. And then, where are all these all-alone guys? Yeah, that's, let's do this, because the 3 all-alone guys are going to make a difference. Thank you, Halsey, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely a grind at times. But yeah, overall, why is DuPont not in our shootout lineup? Like, seriously. But yeah, overall, it is worth it because then we get players and teams like this where it's like, oh, we're probably just going to smush the league this year. Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling with this group right now, at least. So, all right. Numbers and ratings. I am going to have to show you guys Hunter Sogas here in just a moment, but numbers and ratings are all good. We're set. We got DuPont and Levshunov as the captains, and yeah, everything looks good. Like, literally, I have no discrepancies in numbers. Okay, Real Divinity. Was that all? That was 3 different rounds you got those guys in 2024? Because that's actually crazy. Like, that is an insane draft if you did. I am thinking we want to renumber Modine to number 35. Reason being is because he was drafted 35th. And that's, I think, the only change I'm going to make here. So let's go do some quick player editing. They were everywhere. That's crazy. That is actually crazy picks. Like, I'd usually expect those guys all to be picked by the 2nd round kind of thing. So, all right. Anyways, let's go to player editing. Looks like Zamula signed with the Kraken, so it's good to see he's still kicking. Okay. And the only players we need to edit in here today, first one is going to be Isaiah Kuiper because we haven't actually seen him yet. So Kuiper is going to be... All right, he looks, honestly, almost reminds me of like a Matthew Tkachuk-esque kind of build. Just got a combo of like everything going on. The only thing I am going to change is his lace color, because I just think orange laces look kind of stupid in my opinion. So yeah, let's go to saved colors and pop those ones on. Oh, that looks so much better. Nice. Okay, so we'll rock that. How much of a fighter is he? I'm interested because he is a 2-way forward. Oh, he never fights. Okay, that's fine with me. I have no issues with that. And then here is his facial build as far as what kind of facial hair he's going to rock. So he's got the patchy beard, dark color. He rocks a 1 and a 4. Perfect. All right, there is Isaiah Kuiper, one of your newest members and rookies as a 25-year-old rookie on the Newfoundland Growlers. So I am expecting a decent season out of him. Our next rookie is Hunter Sogas. Drafted a year ago and got a solid year in the WHL. Sogas is projecting to be a promising young player here for this team. I really like the yellow wrecker. That looks so cool. The only thing I am going to change is the extremely bright skates. We'll change them to yellow skates because then they look a little bit better. And I think that's all we're really going to do on him. I'm fine with the equipment and everything. He's a blonde guy. All right, and blonde hair, blue eyes, no beard. So I think with no beard, we instead just rock the... what do we want to do? I'm kind of feeling goatee number 2. Why not? Let's rock that for him. I'm down with that. And then once the playoffs come around, he can like barely grow it. But no, that looks good. Okay, so there's Sogas. Honestly, I'm super excited to see what he can do this year. We're giving him quite a few special teams options, so we'll see if he can take advantage of those. And then Harrison Georges is the other guy that we've never actually viewed and taken a look at, besides, Ludwig Modine. But there's Georges. Actually, maybe we did take a look at him. I can't remember. We might have. But, heck of a career down in the AHL. We're finally giving him a shot in the NHL, which I think is completely fair. And yeah, give him the playoff beard just in case, because who knows how far we're going to go this year, right? But apart from that, we got the goalie pads to do. We obviously have Caden Sanchez already in here. We're just going to make sure he's got the right helmet on because he is still going to be getting a good chunk of play time here for this team. And ECHL. Yeah, we want the Growler helmet on. I don't know why it turns it off every single year, but yeah, we'll save that up. And then Ludwig Modin is the other one. Did it load Modin? Or did it load It loaded Sanchez again. Okay. Cool. Well, I meant to click down and then load Modin, but you know what? We'll make it work. So, all right. First things first, we are going to take a look at his... Oh, he's got the Capitals pads on. That's great. Take a look at his facial hair and playoff beard setting. And all right, he's got the patchy looking. And then, yeah, okay. Modin is a beauty. Okay. Next up, we will, of course, go for that same exact helmet because that's the whole point of using an ECHL team is you get a custom helmet that actually looks sick. And then after that, we're going to go and change all of his pads. He seems to be rocking a CCM look. So we will go with some kind of CCM equipment, but the question comes down to which one. I kind of like the E-Flex. I like how many options it's got at least, so... Alright, let's run the E-Flex 5 for his equipment. Hopefully we've got everything in it. There's the E-Flex 5 again. Actually, hold on, because this one, the Extreme Flex Pro, could look really cool too. Yeah, okay, no, let's do the Extreme Flex. I think that's actually going to be even cooler. And then the pads, we'll go for the same again. This is the 4s we went for, yes? Yes, okay. So, now when we go in and edit this, well, let's do the blocker, because I have better visuals on the blocker and how it looks. But we're going to keep the jet black for some of it. Not a whole lot of it. But we are going to rip a whole lot of design features in here that make this look just so much cooler. So yeah, let's rock that one. Yeah, this is gonna look so cool when it's done, but I'm also glad they added the feature where it actually like transitions over to the rest of the equipment properly now. Because when it didn't, oh man, it was just so tedious to go through every single player and do this. Okay, we'll go with that. Oh yeah, this is looking nice. I'm really liking how this looks. And then I think we have to rock... Oh, actually, yeah, we can just go full black and... Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we run a white CCM on here. I think that's probably the move. Yeah, no, that's the move. That's the move, because then it stands out a little more. Alright, so there you have it. Honestly, that looks really cool. I really like it. I am just going to swap his stick. Or maybe not. We won't swap his stick around, but let's go to here, go to Customize, and then go to Apply to All. Boom. Let's see how the pads look now. Oh, those look sexy. And the Trapper, a little more blacked out than I'd like it to be, but hey, you can't see the puck when it goes in the net if the Trapper's on top of it, right? That's the whole point of the black Trapper. And then, interesting, I don't really like the silver on this stick, if I'm being honest, so let's go back and change that a little bit, because the silver just looks weird. It doesn't really match any of the other equipment, versus if we go like that, or like, yeah, pretty much any other CCM stick is going to match better. So let's do that one. Actually, hold on. Is there an Extreme Flex 4 stick as well? Nope. Okay, we're running the 2 then. So there you go. What do you guys think about the goalie equipment? What does that say? As a goalie what? Oops. What is going on here? There we go. Okay. As a goalie myself, I approve of the equipment Beautiful, Halsey. That's what I like to hear, because I am definitely not a goalie. I just like to think I know what looks good. That trapper is so blacked out. I'm gonna have to change that a little bit. Like, it's just a little bit too much black for me, in my opinion. Like, I can't see any details on it, really, so. Let's do a brown mesh. Okay, I can accept that. It just looks like a black hole in his glove there. Like, so yeah, that's the only change I'm going to make there, is go with the brown mesh. But there you have it. Ludwig Modin looks sleek. So that is our goalie tandem for this year. It's going to be a heck of a tandem. Oh, I forgot to change his preferred number. We're changing it to 35 because he used pick number 35, so that's the only edit we're really going to do on him here. Because, yeah, we picked him 35th overall, and he has turned out to be a heck of a goalie. Monster Modine, yes, sir. Modhim. Not Modine, Modhim, like him. Modhim. He's Modhim. But yeah, anyways, that's what we're rolling with for this year. So that's where we're going to wrap up the edited version. Of course, we'll continue to stream. But thank you guys all for watching on the edited side. I appreciate you making it to this point. And if you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit notifications. It really helps the channel out. And we've been growing the channel a lot with this series, so keep the support coming. But that's it for me. I will see you guys all in the next one.